probably also reapply my chapstick. Good morning, North America. Good afternoon, Europe. Good night, Asia. No Asian news because we're what is it called? I don't want to say Eurocentric, but Western-centric, you know? The West is the only place that matters. You know, West and East is pointless because we're on a globe. If you keep going west, you end up going... Wait, that's not correct. If you keep going east, you end up going to the west? I don't know what I'm saying. It's a circle, okay?
You hear me at all?
I hear.
I'm not on camera.
Okay, let me hang up on you on Facebook. No. You're muted. You're currently muted on ETW. I can... Oh, okay. You need to unmute yourself. I don't know if you
I'm unmuted.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Yeah, it was technology's a fun little thing there. Okay. No, when you got the screen, you touch it and everything disappears, then you gotta find out where it went again.
Yeah.
I hope you started already.
Yeah, I've been recording and streaming.
Okay. Ready?
Let me look up news site. I usually use NOS and L because that's the only one I can think of. Whenever I think of a news site that's European. I'm sure you could do like BBC or something, but I feel like that's...
Go first? Let me go first. Not ready?
Yeah, I can go first. Let me see what's on the front page.
I don't think I'm getting any sound.
I can hear you. You
Okay.
sound good. Maybe a little loud, but I can turn that down on my side. And then transition back. I can do my epic intro here. Hello, today on Before Coffee. Biden announced in Kiev. Extremely important for Ukraine. Oh, unannounced in Kiev. So he's no longer going to Kiev. No, wait, he is going. Okay. Biden unannounced in Kiev. Extremely important for Ukraine. Okay, so Biden is going to Kiev. In an unannounced visit. There you go.
Read it before you say it. Read it before you say it. U.S. warns China not to send weapons to Russia for Ukraine war.
Yeah, we're on the same topic here. Several suspects in the picture threat around writer Pim Lammers. We talked about that, I think, 2 weeks ago. Next story.
Dominion lawsuit exposes Fox News as a bunch of liars.
Do we have a third story? Who will replace Madima at the Orange World Cup? Kalma and Luchter volunteer about the Dutch World Cup. For which sport? Which sport? Let me look up. Football. For football. Dutch football. Okay. Your story?
Oh. Richard Beltz dies. Actor from Law and Order. Who's on all 10 different iterations of Law and Order. You remember him as Detective Munch.
No.
What's wrong? I'm not saying
All right. First story of the afternoon. Biden is making an unannounced visit to Ukraine. It's extremely important. Biden spoke with the Ukrainian President Zelensky about new arms deliverings, among other things. For security reasons, Biden's visit was not announced. Officially, only a visit to Poland was on Biden's program, which makes me think that you probably could have thought, he's probably also going to Ukraine. They're just not saying it, right? Oh, he's going to Poland and not stopping in Ukraine? Oh, that's totally what's gonna happen. Yeah, I think that's not a surprise. He also went to Ukraine. Of course, Biden is one of Zelensky's most important partners because he is the leader of the most militaristic country in the world. So they have a lot of military budget.
Let's cool the jets on the most military country in the world when North Korea still exists.
You can say that. You can say that, but it's factual. There's a list of the highest military budget, the most things, and America's top.
Okay, we have the third most people in the world. Okay, let's compare us to North Korea, where everything is completely under control of a dictator.
Hey, we don't have to get defensive. I'm just saying, the facts are America has the most military budget in the entire globe. Okay.
Facts are biggest military, the most military, but we are not the most militaristic when you compare it by size of country. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
The U.S. supplies additional artillery ammunition, anti-armor systems, and air surveillance radars, among other things. Biden has also pledged new HIMARS missile systems, according to Reuters news agency. Friday marks exactly 1 year since Russia invaded Ukraine. Biden is in Kiev, among other things, to commemorate this day. 1 year later, Kiev is standing. Ukraine is standing. Democracy is standing, said the U.S. president. Today is also a symbolic day. Exactly 9 years ago, on February 20th, 2014, was the bloodiest day of the month of pro-European protest. 100 activists were killed on Maidan Square in Kiev. The demonstration was crushed by the riot police of then pro-Russian President Yanukovych.
Putin's buddy.
Your story.
Well, in a related story, AP, U.S. intelligence suggests China is considering providing arms and ammunition to Russia, which would make this World War III. And Secretary of State Anthony Blinkin said, this is a serious problem. Blinken said the United States long has been concerned that Russia would provide weapons to Russia. He pointed out that Chinese leader Xi Jinping promised to Russia President Vladimir Putin a partnership with no limits when they met just weeks before Putin sent his troops to Ukraine. But I think China's had some limits since then. I think China's real problem is, well, we've been watching this very closely, and for the most part, China's been engaged in providing rhetorical, political, and diplomatic support to Russia, but we have information that gives us concern that they're considering providing lethal support to Russia in its war against Ukraine. Of course, China has more of a trading partnership with Russia than most people, but they also have a huge market in the United States. So they would have a delicate balance. And we're always pissing off China. The United States is always pissing off China. We don't like their form of government, and we don't like where their human rights are. They have no human rights in China. If you're in China, you're just a person. You're not a human. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to vote for the guy who's going to put you in jail. You know what I mean? You don't get that.
I'm very aware about the propaganda about China.
I'm not talking to you specifically. It's the audience. Okay.
The propaganda about China.
Oh, it's not propaganda about China. You have no rights. Basically, they lock you up and make you work.
I understand that. That happens in America as well. If you look at the prison system, I'm just saying, specifically when it comes to other countries talking about other countries, there's always going to be a bias, okay? And that bias creates propaganda. That's all.
The anti-American bias is strong with this one.
I'm not anti-American. I just can see the problems in America as well.
World War III promises. Yay, China. Woo! Okay, go ahead.
Okay, in local news in the Netherlands, Pim Lammers has been threatened. As we remember from, well, for new viewers watching, 2 weeks ago, Pim Lammers was chosen to write the poem for the Children's Book Week, but he was threatened as a threatened to not write the poem because many people believe him to be a pedophile because he wrote a story back in 2015 about a relationship between a 12-year-old boy and a football coach. He wrote this story from real life experiences of his thank you for following, by the way, Michael Baker 94. He wrote these experiences based off a friend of his who had a relationship as a 12-year-old boy with his football coach. It wasn't meant to be romanticizing the relationship. It was supposed to be a warning story about what could happen if you continue doing that, basically. So is my thing like replaying over and over again? Give me a sec. I'm having technical.
It's operator headspace.
It's okay. I'm just hearing audio from something else, and it's making me confused. Right. So, Pam Lammers has been threatened. The Public Prosecution Service has assessed some of the threats and wants to interrogate the suspects as soon as possible. The individuals are suspected of defamation and insult. It led to online threats against Lammer. He was accused of being a pedophile activist, among other things. Lammer calls this allegation conclusively untrue. He stated that he has filed a report. There were numerous authors and publishers who stood up for Lammers, including a full-page advertisement in a newspaper. People who rallied behind Lammers also received threats.
Another fake news. Another people reporting fake news. There's the ongoing lawsuit of Dominion voting machines against Fox News. Now, Dominion was dragged through the mud for about a week or two or a month or whatever during the election, and Fox News was one of the ones. There was other ones, Newsmax, OAN, who just completely I guess journalistic ethics never entered into it. And so Dominion took them to suit for libel, and now they're in the middle of a lawsuit. They have obtained text messages from Fox News personnel, including Rupert Murdoch, Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity. Some of the best text messages. You can go look them up. You can read them. We don't have time to cover them all here.
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson's the highest rated person on Fox. Had people on his show he knew were lying, like Sidney Powell, the Trump lawyer, who just basically lies when she gets out of bed, lies all day, and the only time she doesn't lie is when she goes to sleep. Sidney Powell is lying, Tucker Carlson said to his producer Alex Pfeiffer November 16th, 2020. Sidney Powell is a bit nuts. Sorry, but she is, Laura Ingraham to Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity. Really crazy stuff. Rupert Murdoch, November 19th, 2020. Just one. Lou Dobbs had Paul on his show yet again, November 30th, again publishing the fraud and algorithm lie. 2 days prior to this, November 27th, Fawcett, producer, had again texted Dobbs, asking Dobbs if he had read Paul's lawsuit, confirmed he has, stating that those suits were complete BS. And again, Fox just kept reporting this as a legitimate news story, unquestioning. Questioning the source, just completely letting them ramble on with their absolutely insane theories that people believe because they're this news organization that's trusted to tell people the truth. And they don't. They tell people to confirm what they already believe. All right,
yes, it's really been a problem, and it's, I'm happy that it's been reported on because that's really like fake news and all that stuff, and Confirming your biases is really bad for actually sharing information and spreading awareness towards actual problems instead of making something into a bigger problem because you got 15 talking heads agreeing with you. That's a big problem, right?
Yeah, but that's not really a thing because the people that are actually seeing this news are watching Fox News. So they're not seeing it, right? They're going, oh, that guy's lying about Fox News. I'm going to click into something that tells me what I really,
Yeah.
They're just not going to listen to me. They're going to go, that guy's lying. I'm going to go to Fox News and find out he's lying. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I agree with you. In media news, in European media news, German film Im Westen Nix News, pardon my German, big winner of British Film Awards. The German anti-war film Im Westen Nix News is a big winner of the BAFTAs, the most important British film awards in Europe. Director Edward Berger, Netflix film received 7 awards, including the award for Best Picture. The director himself also received the award for Best Director. Composer Volker Bertelmann received a prize for the music he made for the 1928 film adaptation of the book. Never before has a non-English language film won so many BAFTAs. Other award winners at the BAFTAs include the Irish tragic comedy The Banshees of Inisherin, and director Baz Luhrmann's biographical film Elvis, which I have seen. I couldn't watch it because it was too realistic. I was like, I know how this ends. I don't want to see the end of the film. I think the actor who played Elvis was really good. Sorry, what do you want to say?
Did they find him on the toilet?
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't want to see the end, so I stopped as soon as he got to Las Vegas. Right? I was like, I'm not watching the rest of the film.
Right on.
The Elvis film also received 4 awards for casting, which like I said, I agree with. The casting was really good. Costumes and the makeup and hair category. Austin Butler also received the award for Best Leading Role for his role as Elvis. The documentary prize at the BAFTAs went to Navalny about the poisoning of the Russian opposition leader, and this all happened, of course, at the Royal Festival Hall in London.
Way to go, London. In sports, small little sports note, if you had the NBA All-Star game and you had the under at 350, you lost. Final score was 184 to 175 in a game that no one actually played defense. I think it was just basically 5-on-0 every time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Another boring All-Star game. Team Giannis won now. Team Giannis beat Team LeBron. And Team LeBron is now 5-1. They were undefeated. Also, the story I covered earlier, Richard Beltz has died. Richard Beltz played Detective Munch on there was 10 different versions of Law and Order.
Yeah.
He was on every single one, all 10. And so he has died at the age of 78. He's one of my favorite comedians before he was on that show. He was one of those irreverent, dark comedians. Lived a really tragic life. His parents were really abusive. Grew up in poverty. But he got to be one of these comedians who was not photogenic enough for Saturday Night Live, even though his best friend was Lorne Michaels.
Yeah.
He didn't get an original cast of Saturday Night Live because I guess he wasn't photogenic enough. You've seen him, right? He's the guy with the glasses.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Lieutenant Munch, yeah. He's always making the wisecracks. Also a conspiracy, JFK assassination authority. If you want to watch somebody with some really interesting lectures about the JFK assassination, watch Richard Beltz. Richard Beltz died at 78.
All right, that's sad to hear. In my European sports news, well, specifically Dutch European sports news,
Yep.
we are having an absence of the top striker, Viviane Miedema, during the training camp of the Dutch football women's team in Malta. The top scorer of the Dutch national team has torn a cruciate ligament and will probably have to miss the World Cup next summer. Jonker still has 3 exhibition games to see who will play at the point of attack during the title tournament in New Zealand and Australia. 2 players who are being looked at for the vacancy are Fenna Kalma of FC Twente and Roma Duchter of Ajax.
Ajax. Ajax, they used to use their cleanser.
Yes, Ajax is the Amsterdam Football League. I also made that joke, I think, when I first came here, that Ajax is also a toilet cleaner. That's not any intentions against the team. It's just a fact, okay?
They're very abrasive, I hear.
Kalma, the 23-year-old goal machine from Twente, is, according to Jonker, a type of Eichenkamp. He means René Eichenkamp, the former striker of FC Groningen, Club Brugge, PSV, and Orange. Okay, basically, she's a copy of another past player. Who was actually a man. So René Eichenkamp was a man, and she is basically the female version of him. That's what they're saying. He scored regular, had an opposing build, but he's also known as the clumsy pro who once tripped over the center line. In comparison, the comparison is positive, Jonker says. It doesn't look smooth, but Fenna is a big girl, and she's strong and on that ball and cool in front of the goal. Lecter, the 1 year younger than her competitor, is completely different. She has received compliments from Jonker. She is more dynamic, more able to move in the corners, and has a good kick in her right leg. Also a good striker. Both players say they believe in their chance to become the first striker during the World Cup. Luchter is more outspoken. Of course I'm confident that I can be in the starting lineup during the World Cup. Kalma does not have yet the status in the Orange that she has in Twente, where she made a huge number of 45 hits in 2022, but she thinks she can pick up quickly. The more you are here, the more you play here, the better you grow at this level. National coach Jonker has not yet determined his choice. I don't have a preference yet, he says. I now have to find out who's the best option. On Tuesday, the Orange will play another exhibition match against Austria. In that match, the women want to take revenge for Friday's defeat. For the potential strikers of the Netherlands, it's another chance to show that they have become the striker of Orange.
Right on. You gotta read that guy's byline because you just read his story word for word. Who wrote that?
Who wrote this?
Yeah.
Who wrote it? It doesn't say who wrote it. What the hell?
Well,
maybe it's on the top. Nah, it just says Nos Football today at 11:40.
Okay. Well.
So thank you, whoever wrote this, for Nos Football. Good job. Really great.
Another freight train derailed is running out of time, probably, huh?
Yeah.
Another freight train near Detroit as cleanup continues near Palestine, Ohio. So we'll probably not chemically. But when here's what news does: they'll take one thing and something similar happening. They'll over-report it, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean there's a chemical spill. It just means there's a train derailment. They do happen. They do happen. It just isn't always. Train derailments happen more than plane crashes. They're just not major. Anyway, that's about it for that. I don't know if I got any more stories.
Do you have any on this day news?
We can do it. Well, sure can do that.
We've got 5 more minutes.
Today, February 20th, 2023. This day in history, U.S. Postal Service was created in 1792. The first Metropolitan Museum of Art opened in 1872. There isn't a whole lot. John Glenn orbits Earth in 1962. So that happened 61 years ago. The first American to orbit Earth. Not the first Russian, it's the first American. We were trying to catch Russia at that point.
Yes, the space race.
Right. Russia had sent Yuri Gagarin up, basically, and all he did was go up there and land. We did the same with Elm Shepherd. Then we'd do something else besides just sending the guy out there and making land. Anyway, that was it. That's what happened today. 61 years ago, everybody was looking up in the sky, going, "Where is it? Where is it?"
On this day, also, somebody was born in 1994, and that was me. That's also what happened in this history today. Come on, I set you up. I set you up to do a cute father rendition of that or something.
You want me to sing?
Yeah, sing me happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Allison. You're just getting older. But
Thanks.
you're getting... All right.
And that has been Allison with Before Coffee, giving you the news from Europe and also celebrating my birthday. And...
All right. Sorry my lounge singing ain't up to par or to snuff. I'm gonna get some coffee is what I gotta do. I gotta drive. Right.
Okay.
So, the sun isn't up yet. I think you called me early.
That's been Roger from the U.S. I hope to see you next time. On Tuesday, we're gonna film this again, but not live because this is too hard. I hope to see you then. Have a good rest of your evening or afternoon or morning, and see you next time on Before Coffee.
Bye.
Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notify buttons, and follow our other channels, Toxic Alley, History of Gravy, and Scratchy Old Records.